Hey everyone, we all fell in love with him in Into the Spider-Verse. He was the cool monochrome hero who drank egg creams, lit matches in the wind, and spoke with the legendary voice of Nicolas Cage. But now, things are getting serious. Amazon Prime Video is bringing us a live-action series titled Spider-Noir, starring Nicolas Cage himself. But here is the warning. If you think this is going to be just another fun superhero show, you are wrong. The real origin of Spider-Man Noir is one of the darkest, bloodiest stories in Marvel history. In today's deep dive, we are exploring the complete origin story, a timeline where Uncle Ben wasn't just shot, he was eaten. And we're going to break down how this horrific backstory sets the stage for the upcoming Amazon series. Let's step into the shadows of 1933. Chapter 1: The Great Depression. First, we have to understand the world, because this is exactly the atmosphere the new series will capture. The year is 1933. The Great Depression. New York City is starving. There are no Avengers here. The city is ruled by one man, the Goblin, Norman Osborn. But forget the Green Goblin you know. In the Noir universe, Osborn isn't flying on a glider. He is a terrifying mob boss. He owns the police, the politicians, and the judges. This is the setting for Amazon's Spider-Noir. It's not a superhero story. It's a hard-boiled detective thriller. It's about corruption, poverty, and a hero who is just as broken as the city he protects. Chapter 2: The Horror Origin. Uncle Ben and the Cannibal. Now, let's talk about Peter Parker. In this world, he isn't a shy high school student. He is an angry, young socialist activist. His Uncle Ben and Aunt May are community leaders fighting for the poor, and that makes them targets. The Goblin sends his most grotesque enforcer to silence Ben Parker, the Vulture. Listen closely, because this is the part that is almost too dark for TV. The Noir Vulture isn't a tech genius with wings. He is a former circus freak, a cannibal who has developed a taste for human flesh. When Peter returns home, he finds Uncle Ben dead. But there was no gun. Peter discovers the horrifying truth. The Vulture had mutilated and partially eaten him. That moment destroyed Peter's innocence forever. His motivation isn't great power and great responsibility. It's pure, unadulterated revenge. Chapter 3: The Detective Angle. The upcoming series is called Spider-Noir, and reports suggest it will focus heavily on detective work. So, how did Peter become a detective in the comics? He learned from the best and the worst. Fueled by rage, Peter forces his way into the life of Ben Urich, a cynical reporter for the Daily Bugle. Urich teaches Peter how to navigate the underworld, how to find clues, and how to intimidate snitches. Peter looks at Urich as a new father figure. But here comes the twist. Peter eventually discovers that his mentor, Urich, is a severe drug addict, and worse, he takes money from the Goblin to feed his habit in exchange for killing stories. This betrayal hardens Peter. It teaches him that in a noir world, you can't trust anyone. Chapter 4: The Spider God Curse. But how does a detective get spider powers in the 1930s? There was no radioactive spider here. Peter breaks into a warehouse to stop a shipment of stolen antiques. During the fight, an ancient spider god idol is smashed. A swarm of thousands of mystical spiders bursts out and bites Peter. He falls into a fever dream where the spider god speaks to him. If your heart was corrupt, you would die, but your rage is holy. When he wakes up, he bursts out of a giant black web cocoon. He has organic webbing, and he can see in total darkness. He doesn't make a spandex suit. He takes his Uncle Ben's World War I aviator uniform, his leather jacket, and crucially, his service revolver. Yes, this Spider-Man carries a gun, and he isn't afraid to use it. Chapter 5: What to expect in the Amazon series. So, how will the Amazon Prime series adapt this dark origin? An older hero, we know Nicolas Cage is playing an older, lucked-down version of the character. This means the origin story might be shown in flashbacks, or we might meet him years after these events, already tired and broken. The name: there are rumors that due to legal rights, he might not be called Peter Parker in the show, but simply the Spider. The villains: expect to see noir versions of Sandman or Silvermane, villains that fit perfectly into the 1930s mobster aesthetic. But one thing is certain: this series is going to be gritty, grounded, and likely very violent, staying true to the comic roots. So, that is the true terrifying beginning of Spider-Man Noir, He is not the friendly neighborhood hero, he is the vigilante detective that a broken city needed. Are you excited to see Nicolas Cage bring this gritty version to life? And do you think they will have the guts to show the cannibal vulture storyline? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe,